So after watching Donny and Jared Vance and Jared Phillips and the Hydrophobia team struggling with little sister in the September NJBA race, I made a phone call to Donny and I said, I think you need to let me crew chief this boat and let's go try and win some races. To which Donny replied, absolutely, get this thing out of my hair, you go deal with it. And so that's where we're starting. So this race is the NJBA Octoberfest race, a 3-day race, a 4-day event. I arrived on Thursday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, started working on the boat. Friday was test and tune, and that was me driving. Jared Phillips, the driver, wasn't there on Friday. He didn't get there till Friday night. So I drove the boat on Friday to get it lined out with all the changes that I made. He drove on Saturday for qualifying, and then on Sunday he drove for eliminations as well. Okay, so it's Friday morning at Lake Ming, and I completely forgot to film anything yesterday, but pulled in yesterday, Thursday at about, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then got to work on Little Sisters. After tech, I tore everything down as far as like the electronics and stuff, got the ignition module put in, got the neutral bucket put on, and got the boat to burp, just made sure it fired. It was late, so I didn't want to run it.
Content.
Say morning, Donny.
Good morning. Content. Send that to him.
For anybody that's wondering, Jared Phillips' new nickname is Content, according to Donny. So that's where that comes from. So here's little sister. Donny was saying we got some water, so that's all right. We'll deal with it. We won't power anything up for a little bit, so not that big of a deal. I don't know how we got water underneath. That's kind of weird because there's really not any holes. There's a couple, I guess, but still, it's odd. But, oh well. So last night got that put in. That's the ignition module deal. Got the neutral bucket swapped. There's little quirks to this thing, so we'll see how it goes. So what is that? That is an ignition module, is what I'm calling it. It has the MSD grid, has the coil, has a air solenoid, has the delay box on it, and I brought that with me. I pre-made that in the shop and brought that with me to the racetrack to install in Little Sister. And then the why of that is because of a few different reasons. So Little Sister is not really a drag boat. It was a river boat that Donny kind of made back in, or it was Donny's drag boat that he made into a river boat. Now it's back into a drag boat, right? So they've been trying to race the thing, and it had, at one point, had a forward reverse lever, then it had a switch for the bucket, all kinds of things, but always had just a regular reverse bucket for one, and then they put the nitrous to it to try and get it to run 8.0, and then the new ignition box that they had bought didn't have a nitrous retard, because when you run nitrous, you need to retard the timing as soon as the nitrous turns on. So what they were having to do is literally manually retard the timing and advance the timing in between rounds, whether they were running Super E without nitrous or modified eliminator with nitrous. So I told Donny that we're not doing any of that nonsense, because that's just asking for problems. And I made this module. So I pre-wired that thing. So the grid, the delay box, the coil, and the air solenoid, air relay, were all wired together, ready to go and tested before I went up there. And I had set the grid, and this is just spare parts that we had laying around. So I set the grid up with that boat in mind, with the two-step and all that kind of stuff, because the air solenoid is going to run the air bucket and feed to the grid to turn the two-step rev limiter on, so you can be able to have the bucket closed and put your foot to the floor and be on the rev limiter, and then let the switch go to let the boat take off. So that's what that thing is, and I spent all of Thursday, from the time I got there till I was done, installing it and making sure it functioned properly. That also has the nitrous retard built into it, because it's MSD grid. So then when the nitrous kicks on via the delay box, because the delay box in this boat is running the bucket, the bucket switch, and then also the two timers that would normally run the throttle stop in a car, we're using those to run the nitrous and the diverter. And so when the nitrous kicks on the timer, it tells the grid, hey, the nitrous is on, and then retard this amount of timing based on what the grid has programmed in it.
thumbs up when you're ready. Start them up.
So just made an NA pass. This is the first pass of the day, just to check the tune-up, just to make sure the boat is running properly, the two-steps working, all of the timers and everything are working correctly, to make sure that the baseline is proper. The next pass I'm going to make is going to be with the nitrous. That's going to be a 200 shot of nitrous. So now we're going to make sure that the boat functions and runs properly on the nitrous. We have the timer set, we have everything ready to go. Now we're gonna go make another pass. What do you think of your pass?
My pass is good.
Yeah.
Glenn's got some room. It was pretty fat, but ET was off, but it went 160, so that's always a good thing.
What's your best in that boat?
164.
Best ET?
Oh, 515.
15. I thought it was a little faster. That was a 42, right?
46.
46.
Yeah.
160's hauling the mail though.
Yeah. And they said the attitude looked good.
Did it?
Yeah. I was only supposed to make a half, but
I heard
it felt good.
the throttle stuck.
Well, it's like that Glenn did. He thought it stuck.
I know, he told me.
Because I got there and I go, this is too good. I'm not going to waste this.
Yeah,
so I
for
just
sure.
went out.
I get that.
You know, it's only from us to get from the 660 to the finish lines. On a pass like that, it's only like 1.4.
Yeah, it's not very long, right?
Yeah, so I mean, by the time you shut down, you're on top of it.
Exactly. That's the hardest part about doing license passes, is having to make your 60 foot, your half track, all that shit.
And it looks longer than it is.
It does.
It comes up on you quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this thing did pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. We'll see what the nitrous does.
Yeah.
And we'll.
It's a good ride.
It is. I was telling Glenn, this thing, it's like my boat steers from the back, right? It rocks this way.
Yeah.
This thing kind of pivots.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's, I think, why Jared was a little seesawing at the wheel the first time, because I started to do that and then I realized it.
Well, Emily, when she drove it, she said, and who else told me? Justin told me he was skating by it.
Yeah.
And well, I showed her the video. They had a head on of me at 92 here running. He was down at the end.
Okay.
And we ran like 154. But the only time mine doesn't track is if the cylinder's out or we're down on power. Then it'll try to surge.
Right.
And it was moving everywhere. And I showed her the video and I go, if that'll do that at 154, you're okay with this.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it's not going to bother you.
Like I was telling Glenn, what it seems like it feels like it does is it pivots on the keel apex, right? Yeah. And so it's real easy to get crossed up because you're trying to follow it, but it's not following like you're expecting it.
Early on, because that might be the diverter's not all the way up yet.
Exactly.
And you get in a tad of bow steer with it.
That's right. Yeah, it just kind of, it feels different. So it's the end of Friday. I made 2 passes in the boat after thrashing on it all day Thursday and most of the day Friday. We made 1 NA pass, we made 1 nitrous pass. The nitrous pass worked reasonably well. I had an issue on the start where when I went to put the boat on the 2-step, it stumbled, and then it didn't recover till after I pushed the bucket switch and let the boat go. As soon as I push the bucket switch, it starts all the timers. That starts the diverter, that starts the nitrous, that starts everything. So because of that, what happened is, because the boat had stumbled, it didn't come off the line well, which is why I had to pedal it. But by the time it did come up, the diverter had already started to come up, which is why the bow came up, and then the nitrous hit, so it was like this compounding effect. One of the other things we found out too is I had the delay box set as a 2-stage timer, which the longest amount of time you can have the timer run for is 9 seconds, which isn't long enough to run the nitrous in the boat because it was running for about 11 seconds total. And then so we had to change it to, so because of that, the nitrous shut off before I reached the finish line. I ran like an 8:53, I think it was what it was. So we had to convert the delay box to a 4-stage timer because then I could make it run longer. So going into Saturday for qualifying, we are set up to be able to run run the nitrous all the way out the back door, and we should be able to run pretty close to an 8.0.
All right, so Jared is on the rope at the moment, and we're ready to make our first qualifying pass in modified eliminator. That's an 8.0 index, so we can't go any faster than 8.0 seconds in the 1,000 foot. We made an adjustment to delay box. We adjusted the nitrous timer, and we put a cap and rotor on it because the mixture looked really good. I pulled a degree of timing out of it as well. Timing was a little bit on the high side, so I think we're in the right ballpark. We got one more degree of timing than yesterday, so it's not anything aggressive or insane, but we're going to give it a shot. So last pass, it was popping and crackling and carrying on, going down the track until about, 800 feet or so, and then it cleaned up. So I'm hoping that it was something to do with me futzing with the carburetors last night, something in the fuel system or something like that. So
Guys on the road, Jared's second. He's going to be up next in the right-hand lane, the far lane. So the way that the lights work in drag boat racing is, you can see on my side, it's got the red light flashing. That means there's a yellow light on the other side that's flashing. It flashes for about 25 seconds, and then it'll go solid, and it'll do that for 5 seconds, and then you'll see a countdown clock. So it's now solid, and it's going to start counting down from 9 to 0 in half-second increments. This side it looks like a drag race Christmas tree, but on that side it has the countdown clock. And so what we do as drivers, you pick a number to leave on. So Jared's leaving on 8, which put him about 200 thousandths of a second fast to the tree last time on the reaction time. So we put 250 in the delay box. Hopefully that'll put him around a 50 thousandths or so reaction time, which is basically perfect for what we're trying to do. So it's about 120 feet from the rope to the actual starting line. So what we do, that's why we leave on like 7, because that's 3.5 seconds, 7 or 8, that's 3.5, 4 seconds before the light turns green, which would be 0 time. It takes you about 3 to 4 seconds to go from the rope to the starting line. So that's how that all works.
all right, so how do you feel after last pass?
Well, last pass was very chaotic, right? I mean, we obviously know, like, I got here and it was like, let's go.
Yeah.
So that was extremely stressful, but to tell you the truth,
You did well.
thank you. And it was very simple how, thanks, honey. It was, you described what I needed to do very simply, and I was able to follow what I was required to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So thank you. So that was good. And Amy. Okay. Yes, sir. So it was good, but now adding the nitrous, truthfully, it only adds one more thing for me to do.
That's right.
Which is just purge the bottle down
That's
to
right.
the pressure that I need. So,
Open the bottle and then purge it.
yeah. So my nerves are way less now.
Yep.
I'm a little more confident. I mean, I'm still nervous. This is only my second time doing it.
Yeah, what's your 4th pass or whatever, 5th pass?
I think this is like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a little while.
Yeah.
Well, how'd the two-step feel? What'd you think of that?
Dude, that was cool.
It's kind of wild, huh?
It is wild, especially knowing that you can do that with a carburetor.
Yeah.
I never actually put 2 and 2 together that you can do that with a carbureted set.
Yeah. We do it on the drag strip cars all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of the guys are starting to do it here on the boats, but it's, you know, it's still fewer and further between the
and it's
cars.
still very foreign, you know. But it was cool. It was nice to be able to smash the gas and know all I have to do is push a button instead of time my foot. I mean, every split second counts, you know what I mean?
So now the one thing you're going to have with the delay box, it's going to be a 1/4 second delay. So you're going to hit that switch and there's going to be a moment, 1/4 second, that you're not going to move.
Right.
And it's going to freak your brain out.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be like, what the fuck? Don't lift.
Just commit.
Yeah, don't lift.
Yeah.
Trust the process, right?
Yeah.
Because the first time I did it with the delay box, because, well, in the car, it's a 1.5 second delay almost.
Yeah.
So I let go of the button and it doesn't move, and I lift it and I'm like, oh shit, no, don't do that. So like,
Yeah.
why isn't it moving? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, dummy.
Right.
So just
Right.
remember that it's, you know, it's built into the thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's what we're trying to do. So
You know what's interesting though, I'll tell you this on the last pass, even though we had some hiccups and the motor didn't seem like it was
Perfect.
running full tilt, it still ran almost better
then last time.
than last month.
Yeah, it was 915, I think was your best last time, wasn't it?
Right, something like that.
Yeah, and this was 898, I think.
Right. So
it did run decent.
yeah.
Wasn't
So,
great, but
well, yeah, but
I
still.
ran 93 in it yesterday
Yeah.
at 887, I think it was.
Yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
and I'm way fatter than you are.
I don't know, I'm getting there, dude. That Texas food don't fucking play, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a leg that weighs as much as you do.
I mean,
I'm no skinny boy.
That's also because you go to the gym.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I also go to the cafeteria.
yeah, fair.
My best weight lift is lifting the fork.
But for some reason, that builds size in the belly,
Yes, it
not
does.
the fingers in the arm.
Yeah, no
Okay.
shit.
Man,
Okay, so we had a whole bunch of issues on Saturday with the nitrous. The boat was consistently running 853, and we couldn't figure out why. First pass it had stumble and was like most of the way down the track. That was the first Super Eliminator qualifier, which was NA. Next time, and it cleaned up about 800 feet. Next time we came back and put the nitrous to it, it ran 853. And the next time we came back, it ran 853. The next time we came back, it ran 853. Consistent, just slow. We know that with a 200-ish shot of nitrous, this boat should run 80-ish. It's between 80 and 810. At the end of the day on Saturday, I was going through, doing all my checks, going through everything. On Saturday, we did cap and rotor. We took the fuel system apart. There was a bunch of issues with the carburetors, float levels, needle and seats, the whole 9 yards. Jets, the thing was kind of a mess. So I squared the jets up. I fixed the float levels by putting new needle and seats in it and got those set right. Got the fuel pressure set correctly on the carburetors because those needle and seats required a different fuel pressure. And then started going through the spark plugs, because I always do that at the end of the day regardless, checking the mixture and making sure everything's running correctly. And I had done this several times throughout the day, pulling one or more spark plugs and wires to make sure everything's working. Well, I found one plug wire was completely dead, so one spark plug wasn't firing at all. and that was why it was running 853. So put a spare plug wire on it, got it all set up, didn't make any changes to the tune-up because everything else looked really good, and it was set to go out for first round of Super Eliminator. Actually, I think it was technically second round of Super Eliminator on Sunday morning. So first thing Sunday morning was second round of Super Eliminator. We didn't know what the boat was going to do because it was all over the place and tune-up was weird. So, and then having found the bad plug wire. So I told Jared to dial an 850. I think it was an 855 is what I told him to dial, if I recall. And he went out, and so Jared has very little bracket racing experience, and I didn't bother telling him to try and, we had talked about maybe lifting and things like that, but I said just run it out the back door. It is what it is. Hopefully the other guy red lights or breaks out worse or something like that if you do run fast. So good thing about the first round is it ran an 806. So it ran exactly where it was supposed to with the tune-up, so that was good. Bad news is he broke out by a half a second. So put him out of Super Eliminator. Not a big deal, but is what it is. Then went on to second round, or first round of Modified Eliminator. Modified Eliminator is an 8.0 index, meaning you can't run any faster than 8.0 seconds. I don't remember off the top of my head what exactly happened. We might put the ET slips up on here because we can show that. But the boat went all day. Basically, the boat was running anywhere from like 810 to 825, I think, was the slowest pass, and it had a couple minor tune-up issues, but it sounded like as the weather changed throughout the day, but I think most of that was carburetor related. All in all, it ran pretty well, and considering we went from a conventional ignition with like an MSD 7AL2 and a blaster coil on Thursday when I got there, to having a delay box, an air bucket with a two-step, an air actuated neutral bucket with the two-step and the grid and the delay box, the nitrous controller, and all of that wired and plumbed and working by Friday morning, and then to have hit our index, you know, our third, fourth, whatever pass, actually I guess it was our fifth pass in with this whole new combination, new driver, new tuner, everything else. I'm pretty happy with how the boat and the team performed. Jared did a great job driving, especially Saturday morning. He showed up at like, I don't know, 7:30. They had issues getting out of the hotel, and had to basically jump right in the boat and get in the water. And he had never driven a boat with a two-step before. He had never driven a boat with a neutral bucket before, and this was like his fifth time on the rope ever. So he was able to jump in the boat with my guidance and get the feel for what he had to do. And this is why the first pass didn't have nitrous, because it's another level of complexity. And be able to drive the boat in an effective way and get it to where I could make a change on the delay box to get his reaction times pretty close. And he did pretty good on reaction times all weekend long too. He was, I don't know, like -15 to like 60 all weekend long, which is pretty good. So all in all, very happy with the boat, very happy with the team. And we've got some things we're working on for next year. We'll see how things shake out, but we may be doing stuff with this boat, might be another boat, might be a combination thereof. We'll have to see how it goes. But looking forward to next season with Jared and the Hydrophobia crew. Hey guys, if you like that video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure to select the little bell icon. That'll notify you whenever we release a new video. If you like this content, please keep coming back. We'd like to have you. And if you've got ideas for new videos you'd like to see, please send us a message or an email or comment on one of our videos. Thanks.